Hi, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I have been in the wilderness for over 40 years. And during that time, I was a candidate for U.S. President at least 3 times. Once as a candidate for the United States Senator from the state of Minnesota, and one for governor of the state of Minnesota, and 2 times for various cities within the state of Minnesota. My mission of advocacy is, as in heaven, so on earth. Peace, prosperity, and joy, no poverty. To me, you can't beat that. But I'm not in office. But what if I told you that ever since humans have been on this earth, anytime an individual was really one with God, being killed by the enemy of God was the only evidence that the devil didn't want you, is the only time God could use you. The expression about good men doing nothing really meant that good men were the pretenders, no good for the devil and no good for God or people. Thanks. But wouldn't it be nice if every human had a career of their personal choosing? Wouldn't it be nice if everyone had all the food, clothing, and shelter and access to it that they would ever need? Wouldn't it be nice if there was unlimited and unrestricted education for every human on earth and health care from the womb to the tomb? Wouldn't it be nice if every human being had all of these things and they were all free? The only payment that anyone had to pay was a job, a career of their own choosing. And if everybody's working in the process of creating all this that meets the needs, wants, and desires of the people from a resource that was given by God, who put money in there? What's the service of money? I mean, money doesn't have to be there. Why? Because with money, you take the focus off people and your importance and your service to people and put it on money. Because with money, you can do anything and you don't have to care about people. That's why you got a president that doesn't care about people. All he cares about is money. This is why all of the dictators of the world, all they want is money and the ability to get somebody to kill for them. You hear what I said? To get somebody to kill for them. That's the mob mentality. Kill for me and I will give you the money and I don't give a darn about anything but me and you. Well, the only way you can get everything free, ladies and gentlemen, is if you practice God's plan. God's plan is, God has something to do with all creation. Everything that exists on earth, including you. Every human being on the earth, God has something to do with it. And having something to do with a human being that requires food, clothing, and shelter, education, and health care would make God a misfit creator. Just like a man who doesn't take care of his family. That's what God would be. But God is better than that. God prepared for all of us and made sure that the food and stuff that we need wouldn't have to be stacked up. Wouldn't have to be stacked up so it could rot. But that each season you could do a certain thing and certain results would be that. You didn't have to, you can, for this season, prepare for it. Then for next season, prepare for it. The earth was willing to do its part. All we had to do was to do our part. And so I'm saying to you, ladies and gentlemen, many of you have been deceived and think that conservatism is the only way. Many of you have been deceived and think that liberalism is the only way. They are ways, but they do not meet God's way. Because God's way satisfies all the people. And when I ran for office, whether president, senator, governor, or mayor, my number one concern was that all people receive from God what God has prepared for them, that their dreams might be real, that they might experience peace, prosperity, and joy in this life. And I advocate that now for anybody who wants to serve all of the people. And all of the people deserve to be served. And if you find a situation where you got Republicans and Democrats, you know, I guess Republicanism would be all right, or Democrat would be all right, if it benefited all the people. Dictatorships, socialism, communism would be all right if it benefit every individual. But they don't. None of them do. The only one does is God's way. God's way. And so all of you right now who are talking about the next election, who's talking about who's going to give you this, who's going to give you that, I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, you have been so deceived till it is absolutely pathetic. But even in that, here I sit on this cold, cold morning at Inver Hill College to tell you that there's only one way to peace. There's only one way to prosperity and joy in life for everybody, and that's God's way. And I'm not talking about what the preachers tell you. I'm telling you about what God has said. Thank you.